Okay, really important topic coming up. Tkinter variables. So you know what variables are, and they store data, right? Well, Tkinter variables are more or less the same. So let's import Tkinter as tk, and let's create a few an entry. Just a single entry is fine. So root first, root is equal to tk. Then our entry is equal to tk.entry root, and over here we have a parameter called text variable. So this takes a Tkinter variable. So first let me discuss what Tkinter variables are. So let's create a variable tk. There are several type of variables in Tkinter. We have string variables, so string var. We have integer variables, int var. We have double variables, double var. We have float variables. We don't have float variables. We don't have float variables in Tkinter. We only have double vars. And if you're coming from C++, you know that double is a data type. So let's create a string var, tk.string var, and we need to specify the parent. Let's just delete this. Our master, as you can see there. Let's just remove this, I don't need it at all. String var, and in this we have to specify our parent, and over here we can put in variable tk. So now it's putting in all the text into this variable, this Tkinter string variable. You can't use integer variables for sure, because these take texts, they take strings, they don't take integers. You'll see several other widgets coming after this which will need integer and double variables. So let's try and use this. We have to associate a button. Let's copy this. Let's copy a button. Continue button. Let's enter this. Show text, we'll just say entry.get. And instead of entry, not entry, variable tk.get. It also has the same attribute. So show text, variable tk.get. So we have our entry here. The text where should it go? Should go into text variable, the variable tk. Let's pack this entry.pack. And let's run this. See how it goes. Oops, we didn't main loop root. Root.main loop. Run now. See this? When I say hello, hello is printed out. So this isn't exactly important over here, but then there's an important feature with this. Let's create another string variable. Let's derive this. Call this entry2 and entry2. Run this. As you can see, if I type anything in here in the first entry, the text gets entered in the second entry. If you're using Visual Studio and when you create a project, you would see that the project name and the solution name both remain the same. Of course, you can change this later, which doesn't work out as of now. But with Visual Studio it does, and they've used something similar to this. You won't use these for entries exactly. I'm sure you won't use these for entries, but sometimes you might have to, and there are some Tkinter widgets which have to have these. They can't be used without these Tkinter variables. With these entries, and this even works with the text fields. Say text variable for the text fields as well, you have the same argument. So you have int var, double var, string var, several of them. And as we go through the Tkinter widgets, this is what you'll see. So this is not to be considered as a Tkinter widget since it doesn't show up. Of course, this is for GUI, but it doesn't show up as a widget. It's just a Tkinter attribute. So in the next coming videos for the tutorial, you'll see that we'll be using these most of the time, these string variables and int variables. So that's all for now.